So a new technology is sweeping the world. It's called 5G technology. It uses microwaves, which are typically a little bit different than the type of radio waves we use for your typical, Wi-Fi signals. Thinking it's almost basically like being cooked, if they turn it up, being cooked like in a microwave. So, but part of this is also a thing that they have used, which is called electronically targeted weapons. Okay, here's a few quotes for some people. One, electric targeting Holocaust. While these traditional tactics have proven fruitful throughout our time, without waning effectiveness, the agencies involved in extreme cover-ups prefer another tactic that seems to have withstood the test of time too. This is labeling someone paranoid, schizophrenic, or mentally ill. Once this label has been attached to someone, almost in testimony will be disbelieved. The military has employed this tactic since the 60s to get rebellious soldiers and others locked up in mental hospitals, but since the weapon testing of neurological disruptor technology has begun on the general population beginning in the early 60s and then stopped to the full throttle in 1976, the scope of what is considered mentally ill has been reprogrammed into a broader definition for the general population. Department of Defense whistleblower from the outer book print The Matrix Deciphered. There are testimonies from Dr. John Hill that they are using these weapons to attack people. Everything from military researchers, pharmaceutical, psychological, and physical studies have been done on this. What the government found is that you could induce by changing the pulse frequency like Morse code of the microwave going into the brain and interfering with the brain by specializing on the pulse frequency, so you could induce psychiatric illnesses to the point where a psychiatrist could not tell if this was a genuine psychiatric illness or an induced psychiatric illness. So what you can theoretically do is you can target individual's brain that they may have auditory hallucinations or they later hear things, which is actually quite common with microwaves, or show signs of schizophrenia. For instance, 6.6 pulses per second can induce severe sexual aggression in men. Technically, what you could do is have somebody committed to a psychiatric hospital or jail for a crime, just by somebody saying that they had a psychiatric problem. And this is from the ex-British Royal Navy scientist, Dr. Barry Trower. So this technology is horrific. This is one of the most horrific things that I've ever come across. These are the type of things that can be done with these weapons. In-game technology packaged under persuasive spiritual warfare illusions. Directed energy interactions packaged as supernatural government technology. Religious-themed illusions. Extraterrestrial contact. Ghosts as a cover story. In-game technology as sorcery cover story. In-game technology is the real source behind voodoo, witchcraft, black science under a black magic cover story. Directed energy attacks. Synthetic signals to the brain from implants. Psychic attacks. Spiritual attacks. New Age cover stories. Old Age mythology gods. Human-based electrical harassment with aliens packaged as a perpetrator. Scientology method as cover story. Exotic neurobiology illusions. Interdimensional being interaction. Exploitations of illusory exploitations to conceal directed crimes. This can be used on neighbors, black ops, families, deceased loved ones, or make you think you're seeing deceased loved ones. Demons, these are the things that could make you see. Jinn, archons, interdimensional beings, extraterrestrials, entity attachment, shadow beings, archangels, Lucifer, Satan, spirits, ghosts, fairies. Pretty much anything you can think of, they can do with this technology. They can make you think you're seeing God, hearing from God, or whoever your God is, or no God. They can, literally, this stuff can be used to make directed energy weapons operate invisibly, while the inducible mental limits of a directed energy weapons are the limits of consciousness itself. This makes for an incredibly potent environment for the illusions of all types. This is from Omniscience, Neuroweaponry, and Artificial Intelligence quotes. These things can really, the mind control provides revolutionary opportunities to control the opposition. MK Ultra was one of the first ones to go along with this stuff here. This has involved some of the most evil acts done to people. All evil tactics mapped and exploited proliferation of wars by proxies, enslavement, Manchurian candidates, suppression of societal progress that threatens to control various forms of framing, assassination targets. This thing could be pointed at a crowd and suddenly they decide to riot. Or maybe they just give up. Maybe they are rioting and they suddenly are pointed, these weapons are pointed at them, and suddenly they give up and then they forget why they even get up. This thing can actually produce so many different effects. It can make you forget things. It can make you remember things that aren't real memories. It can make you feel happy, sad, angry, depressed, inflict massive amounts of pain, make you inflict extreme amounts of pleasure, pushing people into orgasms. I mean, and all this can either be forced to remember, and they even apparently have ability to map exactly what you're thinking and what you're doing. They're able to use they're able to somehow link into your eyesight, your ears, so they can hear and see everything that you do. And sometimes completely unaware that you're completely unaware that this is happening. And this may explain why we're seeing all these rashes of violent acts and stuff. People just suddenly, oh, he was a good kid, but I don't know why he decided to go get a gun and shoot 20 people. Well, why is this happening? I mean, this may be what's going behind this. These people being manipulated by this, or maybe it's just simply the waves themselves have caused so much damage to them that they can't hold on to reality anymore. And various governments have this technology. The National World Health Organization, Federal Bureau of Investigation, CIA, Mossad, the Ministry of State, the Russian military. You name it. The Vatican actually supposedly has these weapons. So, Black Project engineers say that there's no checks and balances. The propensity for criminal activity and electronic telepathy provides no paper trail and relatively zero traceable routes. And they want to plug us into this stuff. This 5G system is going to have these waves everywhere. They can flip them on, and suddenly the devil takes over control of everybody. They put a chip in your body, and now they have full access to you and can use you as their eyes and ears. Because Satan can't be all places at once. He isn't omnipotent like God or omnipresent. But if he has this technology and he's able to use all of his followers that he's plugged into as his eyes and ears, that makes him almost as close to omnipotent as he's going to get. And that's a very dangerous thing. There's not going to be much places to hide from this stuff. It's only going to be by the grace of God that we can actually defeat such things and be able to hide. And of course, as you see in Revelation, you see that God's people will be able to hide, but not all of them. Some of these people are going to be caught, and they're going to be forced to either take this chip and be part of the system or die. The fact of it is, these people are going to be so deceived. Oh, if you're part of the system, oh, we'll turn your chip up. You'll feel really good all the time. Everything will be happy. You'll be, if you disobey in any way against the system, they'll wreak ravaging pain upon you. Maybe make you forget. Force you to go crazy and lock you up, or the amount of things that can be done with this technology is so frightening that I don't think people really understand how bad this is going to be. People beware. I don't know how anymore else to explain this, but people pray that God protects you. Pray in Jesus' name. Thank you, guys. God bless. And pray for each other. Please share this video so everybody can know this. Thank you.